Alrighty, guys, this is just gonna be a random video of me talking. So, Zack Snyder. There's a lot of hate for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, and some of it is warranted. Here's the thing about me: Zack Snyder just need to focus on doing another our Army of the Dead. He needs to focus on that. That was a lot more funner. It was a lot more. A lot of people hate the film. I like the film because the characters were well written. It felt like he had a plan. It felt like it was written by competent people. It felt like there was a starting point, an end point. I'm starting, a middle, and an end. It felt like he knew where this thing was going to go. Did it look like it was going to the moon? Hell, he's talking about zombies in space. I don't know. But at least I had fun with it. Rebel Moon Part 1, Rebel Moon Part 2, I had not had fun. It was a chore. Army of the Dead wasn't a chore. It was fun. I actually watched it twice, and I said, oh, I enjoyed it a second time. It's not the best thing, but it's not the worst thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like you have fun with it. And that's the thing I like about Zack Snyder movies, having fun with it. This Rebel Moon and it felt like he wanted to make it serious. And every time when he does things seriously, it doesn't end well. Unless he has a good writer. Chris Terrio was the best person to write Batman v Superman and Justice League. Because, especially Justice League, the writing was better and it was just, it flowed better. Man of Steel, it needed a little bit more polish on the script. But still, visually, it looked good. The problem I think a lot of fans are having with him is that when he takes things serious, it's not fun. It's not fun to watch. But when he takes things a little bit more lighthearted, like the Army of the Dead a little bit, that was fun. And you look back at Army of the Dead, the slow-mo wasn't as bad. And he used it at the right time. The route he was going with Army of the Dead was fine. That spinoff he did, Army of Thieves, I didn't care for that. I was like, what the fuck? How you gonna go for zombie to damn crack opening a safe? Like, bro, really? Get the hell out of here with that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's like, that's not what fans wanted. Army of the Dead was what fans wanted. And when Justice League came out that year and Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder had 2 hits back to back. And they were really good. They were like pleasing the fans. And it was fun. We're like, oh, well, maybe Warner Brothers kind of messed with him the wrong way. He got good fanfare. Everybody was talking about it. Even the naysayers said Army of the Dead was a pleasantly, surprisingly good film. Give it up to Dave Bautista, though. Dave Bautista really did a good job in that film. That's why I kind of hate that he died, because he should have kept him around. And then we heard rumors that he was going to bring Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill for the franchise. We were like, oh, shit. Like, everybody was excited. He could either make Ben Affleck a darker version of Batman again, or he could do some cold shit with him and stuff. And we were like, yeah. And it's just, he wanted to do Rebel Moon. And it was like, the fuck? And we got Rebel Moon. And I was not happy with that. I was not. But after seeing it, I'm definitely not happy with it. Zack Snyder needs to go back and focus on Army of the Dead. Go back and make a sequel to Army of the Dead. Leave Rebel Moon alone. Let it die. Let it rest. Give it to somebody else. Just focus on Army of the Dead. Get those writers, get those people to focus on Army of the Dead. Just leave that alone. I understand his passion was making this Rebel Moon because he was a fan of Star Wars, but look, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I would never, in my mind, make a live-action film of it. Not going to do it. Why? It just won't work. I know better. But I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about nobody else. I just know me. But it's best to do what your strengths are good at. He's good at zombie films. He's good at 300 films. And he's good at films like Watchmen. directing. Go back to your strong suit. He's talking about doing sucker punch. Motherfucker, you better go back to the army of the dead. But this is a telling tale. Netflix might have told him we're not doing no more, which I don't understand why, because it did very well. So I don't know. Hopefully Netflix tell him go back to Army of the Dead and just make some more films of that, man. That was better. That was funner. I think everybody and their mother enjoyed it. Even the critics loved it. Even I have to say, I enjoyed it a lot more. It wasn't a chore. And I think that's what people don't want to deal with, a chore. So, as always, guys, like and subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. What do you guys think? Should Zack Snyder go back to Army of the Dead, or should he not direct anymore? I think he can still direct. I think he just need to go back to Army of the Dead. So comment below, let me know, and I'll talk to you later.